Welcome back. Forging a path of resilience and sustainability for the health of the ocean was top priority at a recently held workshop which brought together key stakeholders in the environmental, sustainability and marine life sectors. Solange Alfred reports.
The health of our ocean should concern every citizen. At a recently held National Ocean Policy Workshop, stakeholders sought to outline various paths which can lead to a more protected oceanic system. Sustainable Development and Environmental Officer Shanna Emmanuel says the focus of the workshop is geared towards validating the National Oceans Policy to ensure that the future of the marine space surrounding St. Lucia is developed free of pollutants and other harmful factors.
St. Lucia's marine space is actually 8 times the size of its land space. And even then, we have one of the smallest marine spaces in the region, but we are now a part of a CROP project, a regional project with the OECS. CROP stands for Caribbean Regional Oceanscape Project. And this project is really looking at our ocean spaces, the shared ocean space, and what we want to do with it. But each country is developing its own national oceans policy, which is going to guide for the next 15, 20 years, guide our use of our marine space, say what should happen, what shouldn't happen, how it should happen. And what we're really looking at is getting the stakeholders on the table. So we have a wide cross-section of stakeholders, public sector, but a lot of the private sector is also there to tell us how they see our oceans being developed over the next 15 years and what we really want to capture in that. What is the vision for that space?
According to the Ellen MacArthur Foundation, in a publication entitled The New Plastic Economy, it affirms if current trends continue, by 2050 there will be more plastic in the ocean than there are fish. Emmanuel says with that in mind, the workshop takes a proactive approach in finding ways to better the current oceanic situation.
What we really want is to have our oceans either be better than they are now or at least maintain that where they are now. And pollution is a major issue for us, and we know that the Department of Sustainable Development we're tackling this at a lot of different fronts. And as part of our ocean policy, we are actually including things like pollution control and how we plan to do that in the upcoming years.
One of the ways which the Department of Sustainability has sought to tackle the issue is through the phasing out of styrofoam, says Emmanuel.
We are instituting a styrofoam phase out starting on August 1st. We will be stopping the importation of styrofoam, and then during the upcoming year we will be utilizing the styrofoam we have, but also transitioning or phasing into the use of alternative food containers, because it's mostly for food containers that we use styrofoam. And so we're transitioning, using new things. We know that it's going to be a trial period, but I think it's also a time of innovation. St. Lucians can come up with alternatives to the styrofoam using things that we may not have thought of as yet. So using things like banana leaves, coconut leaves, things that are just already there. We're looking forward to seeing that innovation come up. And until then, we are working with our importers to ensure that they are looking at a wide range themselves of where to get it from, what it's made of. And what we really want is to get as many biodegradables on island as possible.
The thrust to create a better environment which takes into account oceanic space, land-filled space, and air quality is being touted as the best way forward for a more sustainable St. Lucia. Reporting for Hot 7 News, I am Solange Alfred.
Can you sing or rap? Well, then opportunity awaits at the first ever Grab the Mic competition. The initiative, spearheaded by spirited vocalist Sally Elwin, looks to provide a platform for the abundance of musical talent that exists in St. Lucia. With exciting incentives awaiting the winner, all interested people are encouraged to come grab the mic.
Grab the Mic competition is the brainchild of seasoned vocalist Sally Elwin. Auditions started off from June 2nd and will continue until July 28th in various communities. Elwin says the competition has been a long time in the making and looks to provide an avenue for talented singers and rappers.
Grab the Mic was born out of a lack of platform for young artists who are struggling to get their names out there. A lot of the time you find, especially with the rappers, which is what we're finding now, they have no avenue to express themselves. The singers, you find them, going here and there doing a little karaoke, but for the rapping part and a lot of the other genres, there's no avenue for them. So that's where that was born. And as a singer myself, it was years ago that I just had this thought, especially looking at American Idol and all those shows. Why not bring this to St. Lucia? Why not, as a singer, introduce this to the youth and the young people who were struggling to get their voice heard? So that's where it came from, and it's been 10 years in the making. I've been trying to figure out, do I do this? Can I do this? And I said, okay, you know what? I'm good. I'm doing this. And that's where it was born.
Elwin expresses a hope that Grab the Mic St. Lucia will take on a life of its own, similar to Rising Star and StarQuest. Looking to incentivize artists to come out in numbers to show off their talent, Elwin says exciting prizes await the winner of Grab the Mic St. Lucia.
The winner is going to have an original song written for them, but so far what we're saying is that a lot of singers are coming out with their original songs. And I was like, wow, you coming to sing an original song. So that was buried and now it's coming out. So there are a lot of original singers. So we're going to have that recorded for them at our studios. Also a video for that song. And also we're looking to speak with Tories Board as well to have them featured on one of the shows in August, because the finals is in August. And also we have 1 month of vocal training for them as well. Because, sometimes they come out and, they just need a little touch here and there to just perfect it. So that as well is included in the prizes. And lots more, but coming up, as sponsors come on board, we're adding stuff as we go along.
Upcoming audition locations include Micoud at the Micoud Secondary School on June 25th, Vieux Fort Choiseul Library at the Beanfield Secondary School on June 30th, Ancillary and Canneries at Moonshine on July 14th, and Castries from July 21st to 28th, locations to be announced. Reporting for Hot 7 News, I am Solange Alfred.
Because children acquire the abilities to become responsible, caring adults and citizens of their society from the people who are most intensely involved with them, parenting is the most important and challenging job anyone can have, yet it receives little support or recognition. There is very little formal training for this task, and parents are often isolated and without adequate support networks. The Ministry of Social Transformation has sought to address parenting education in the community of Micoud.
Parents from the Micoud district are now equipped with the necessary tools needed to be more effective functioning parents. To accomplish this task, administrative staff from the Micoud Secondary School, in collaboration with the Ministry of Equity, Social Justice, Local Government and Empowerment, hosted a 3-month training workshop from March 14th to June 12, 2019 at the Micoud Secondary School. Principal of the Micoud Secondary School stated that over the years, the Micoud Secondary School has encountered many cases where parents appear to be hopeless and helpless. But with the advent of this training workshop, parents are able to develop more positive, effective communication parenting skills.
Last week, as I said to you, when I spoke to your children, unknown to you, and I asked them questions in order to find out whether or not this period was worth it, the responses they gave was all the encouragement we need. My mother does not shout anymore. My mother not cursing me again. Huh? Yes. Miss, when my mother gets vexed, she's taking a deep breath and then she's talking to me.
The workshop's vision is geared towards student enhancement and development through effective, positive and authoritative parenting habits.
How do we know that it has been important to you? How do we know that it has been important to your students, well, your children, our students, because they tell us. Last week, I'm upstairs and two of our girls came. So just casually, I said, how did you think last night's session was? Remember last night we were here with the children? One looked at me and said, Miss, don't stop that program. I said, what? What do you mean? Miss, don't stop it. Miss, my father just hugging me, miss, all the time.
Participants also emphasized the need for the program to be continued.
I spend most of my time looking at my mother's children. But being here make me learn a lot of different things which I did not know how to be a parent. So I am proud to be here, and then Miss, I want to ask, when will the second one be started? Because it makes me feel like when I meet somebody, when somebody's speaking to me, because I always have an anger, but being here, it changed the anger. It changed my behavior. It changed my life completely.
But then I'm grateful for all the sessions that I attended. I did learn a lot.
To date, I can say it has changed the way that I viewed my son and the way his behavior, the way I viewed his behavior and the way I reacted to his behavior.
When I was getting dressed this evening, my daughter came to the room and she was like, I think you should ask Auntie Denise to continue the sessions. So I was like, just so? She was like, Mommy, you don't know how you're speaking to me these days. So I just want to say thank you for the sessions. And as the father said, I'm looking forward to the next.
I think we should also encourage our teachers to take some of those sessions, just so that the home, the school, and the community is working together in changing our children.
Improved parenting skills and strategies would thus mean a reduction in parents being called in for maladaptive behaviors and students engaging in less destructive behaviors. Reporting from the Ministry of Equity, Social Justice, Local Government and Empowerment, I am Chevroy Marius.
Bank of St. Lucia continues to bring new rewards and innovations as part of its ongoing campaign to deliver greater value to its debit and credit card holders. BOSL recently launched its My Rewards program in collaboration with Visa, designed to give Gold and Classic credit card holders the opportunity to earn and trade in points for a wide range of rewards.
Bank of St. Lucia Visa card holders can now look forward to two new innovations. The first, for Gold and Classic credit card holders, rewards them each time they swipe their cards, and the second improves the speed and convenience of their point-of-sale transactions for all card customers. One of those innovations has already been launched in St. Lucia and is called the My Rewards program. According to Card Services Manager Tabula Amab Amadi, customers can now gain points every time they use their BOSL credit card, and these points can be redeemed for airline miles, cruises, hotel booking, and more.
Bank of St. Lucia, we're excited to welcome our customers to use their credit cards and benefit from the rewards that we're offering via BOSL My Rewards. It has been long in coming, but we listened to our customers and we've come out with something that is better than what the competitor offers. The sign-on process is very easy. You would receive an email from us. You acknowledge that email. It would guide you as to your next steps, and you would just go through the process. You'll realize that the platform is very customer-friendly, and we ensure that when you get on, you'll be surprised at what you can do with your points.
While the program has already been activated for Gold card holders, Amadi says that Classic card holders should receive their emails by next week. However, that's not all the bank has in store for card holders. According to Deputy Managing Director of BOSL, Lyndon Arnold, BOSL will soon be introducing contactless debit and credit cards.
As the payment industry evolves, there are many innovations out there, and the Bank of St. Lucia is currently pursuing many of these innovations. And one of these innovations that will be launching soon is our contactless cards across all of our plastic products. Again, it's innovative, it's secure, it speeds up the payment process, so no longer must you wait and swipe, but simply tap as you see on television or when you travel. So the innovation is there, tap and go, and makes payment simple, secure, and efficient to the customer.
According to Bank of St. Lucia officials, the dual ATM currency service, in addition to My Rewards and contactless cards, are just the start of more innovative and exciting products to be released in the weeks ahead. This is in keeping with the bank's promise to contribute to the development of the digital landscape in St. Lucia.
You're watching the Hot 7 Nightly News. Tennyson Glasgow is up next with all the sporting action.